This is a fair use video. The comments related to this video are solely alleged and are of an opinion.
Wait, but right now,
Yes, it's a physical
I didn't. Can he tell you that I didn't do nothing to him?
We have it on camera.
Christian, are you serious right now?
Alright.
Christian, I'm about to go to jail because of you right now.
Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes of Israel. Today I'm going to deal with a video commentary share called Keisha Sized Mess. Keisha Sized Mess. So this is the video of Sha'Carri Richardson and her humiliation and her assault, physical assault of her boyfriend Christian in an airport. So she's pushing him around, no doubt shouting at him. She's bullying him in the airport. He's trying to resist her, walking away, and she keeps coming up in his face and pushing him, and then ends up, I believe she threw her headphones or something like that at him. So she's just being very masculine, very aggressive to this man. So she gets caught, and I believe it's someone that works in the airport called the police, and because they were very concerned with this woman's behavior. So she got caught. So these are the series of videos. So I'll just give a little bit of commentary as I go on. When you are in a marriage, right, because there's no boyfriend and girlfriend in the Bible. If you are a married couple, right, because the Bible talks about a man and his wife, right? If you are a couple together, you are not supposed to be, if you're living together or any other way, you are not supposed to be hitting each other. A man is not supposed to be hitting his woman, and the woman is not supposed to be hitting her man. There shouldn't be a punch or a slap or a poke or a pushing down or a kicking. I mean, we all know in these relationships, all of these things happen, you know, and it very often you hear about the woman talking about it, but you don't hear about the man. And men suffer a lot in these relationships. The only difference is that with us, we keep it quiet, right? Because we want peace in our relationships. We want the relationship to continue. And because we are men, we think we can overcome it and have some peace in our relationships. And really, it's just a continuous trauma in a lot of these relationships, because you never have peace. Because once the woman starts hitting you, she has a huge disrespect for you. She doesn't like you all that much more to love you, right? Now, let's hear what the Bible has to say about hitting. So let's actually examine 1 Timothy 3, and we're going to read from 1 to 5. So this is the qualifications for a bishop. Now, if you didn't know, a bishop is what every single man of Israel should be aspiring to be. A bishop, right? An elder, right? An elder in this faith. Someone who is able to set an example and able to lead brothers and sisters, right? Now, this is the qualifications for an elder. So let's read it. This is a true saying: if a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work. So it's a good work to desire to be a bishop. And a bishop is a pastor, by the way. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach, not given to wine, no striker. This is really what I wanted to get to. So it says in 3, not given to wine. He can't be a drunkard, right? Every day he's drinking wine, right? So not given to wine, and he can't be a drunkard. No striker. A bishop is not supposed to be hitting his woman. A man is not supposed to be hitting his woman. It's against what the Lord teaches. No striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous, one that ruleth well his own house. So you ruling your house means that you are not a striker, right? You're not a drunk. You're not a striker. You don't hit a woman. as a man, you are not supposed to be hitting a woman, right? So it says, not given to wine, no striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler. You're not very aggressive in the home. Again, you're not beating your wife. You're not hitting your wife. You're not pushing and poking your wife. Well, you could actually poke your wife with consent, if you know what I mean. That's probably what you should really be doing instead of at each other's throats. And covetous, right? You don't covet the things of this world. You're not greedy for the things of this world. One that ruleth well his own house. So ruling well your house means that you are not a wife beater, a wife hitter, a man that is physically abusive. I mean, emotionally abusive too. So let me give you the big three. So you don't beat your wife. So you don't kick, hit, slap your wife, right? Number two, you don't swear at your wife. You don't say, you effing did this to me. And if I wish I'd never effing met you. You don't do that. Not to your wife. And number three, you do not threaten your wife with violence. That's a no-no. Because everything is supposed to be flowing from you as the leader, right? And you're supposed to set the example. And you cannot have a situation where you're emotionally violating your wife, and then you are threatening violence and actually doing violence, right? That is wrong. That is very wrong. And as men, you're not supposed to do that. The Bible talks about a brawler, someone who is a fighter in the home, a physical abuser in the home. You're not supposed to be, again, you're not supposed to be slapping and pushing and poking your woman, right? Because it means that you are not qualified to be an adequate elder of Israel, right? A brawler and a striker, same thing. It's physical abuse in the home. You're not supposed to do it as a man. Now, we know these days that a lot of these women are masculine, right? They push the feminism, which is really masculinity. They want to be as an aggressive as a man. And we know in our heart of hearts that a lot of these relationships are destroyed because of the physical abuse of a woman. Now, let's not play dumb here. We know that. Deep down in our hearts, we know that. It's not just the man who is the aggressor, it's also the woman. Right? One that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. Right? So, if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God? So the Lord is bringing a correlation. If you can't take care of your first ministry, which is your home, how are you supposed to take care of the things of God? Right? But the important thing that I want to take from that is a striker. You're not supposed to be a striker. Now, I know in this incident, it is the woman that is the aggressor, that is aggressive, right? But it's important to notice in the Bible that if you are a striker, it means that you are sinning, right? So if you're a woman that hits a man, you are sinning. You're not supposed to hit a man just the same way a man is not supposed to be hitting you. Only in self-defense, of course. Now, if we go back to the scripture in 3, it says, not given to wine, no striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient. So what is the answer to all of this? You must be patient. So if you're a man and your woman is acting up, right? She's being physically abusive. She's slammed the door in your face. She's slapped you. She's punched you. She's pushed you. She's give you a good old kicking. She's give you a good old kicking, good old fashioned kicking. What are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to kick her back, hit her back? Are you supposed to punch her in the face back? No! You walk away. You walk away from that situation. You get outside of the house. Go to a different room. You pick up your Bible and read it. Right? Or you could read another book. Or play your PlayStation to get your aggression out. Now, as you can see, this is not very ladylike behavior. This is not someone who is supposed to be a vulnerable female, right? This is someone who's very aggressive, very masculine, very all in this man's face, and quite frankly, bullying him. Because when you assault a man in secret, it's terrible. But when you do it in public, it just shows everything that is being done in secret. Because when you're so brazen as to continually do that in public, it means that you do worse in secret. And this is what men have to go through in these stupid relationships where the woman, there's always like a poke and a push and a shove or a punch, you know, some kind of aggression, something being thrown by the woman. And she gets away with it because men in general, we don't really complain about it. We just take it on our chin. You know, we go, we're men, we can deal with it, right? But the moment something happens to them, it's like the whole world just opens up and swallows everybody in because she becomes the permanent victim, right? And I'm not saying that anyone should be hitting women because that's not what this video is about. Nobody should be hitting anybody, right? But what I'm saying is that there is a double standard, and it's everything in these Western societies is geared towards the woman, right? It's about female liberation. That's what this society is about. This kingdom is about. This time in history is about. It's about bowing to feminism, which causes a dysfunction in society and goes completely against God's laws. And what it does, it makes both male and female very unhappy, very dissatisfied with relationships and marriages.
Sitting in the airport, you guys having just a rough patch in your relationship? What's going on, man? Okay, so you tell me that got heated. Did you lay hands on her?
No, it's nothing like that.
She didn't lay hands on you? You sure? No pushing or hitting?
Nothing like that.
None of that. Just verbal heat exchange.
Just chill.
If that's all it is, it's none of our business. Okay? So if you guys make it on the plane, maybe you should go up there and ask for different seats. Just let some time kind of, right? So
No, you did not. No.
This man looks like he doesn't want any trouble whatsoever, and he's clearly embarrassed by it all.
You're so I have to get my sweater bag. Is there anything else that you could let me know? Because now that you have these officers involved, is there anything I need to?
Yeah, why don't you come talk to me over here?
Was there someone talking?
Come talk to me over here.
Did you talk to her?
I would never talk to you again.
So
Hi. So we're in a relationship. I will no longer mess with him or what he had going on. He has some stuff in his bag. I just need to get out of my bag.
Okay.
My iPad, some clothes. I can take it out, put it in my suitcase, brought his bag back. That's pretty much it. But we have a relationship, this kind of thing going on right now.
Now, did you see the way how this woman talked to this man? As if like he is the problem. He is the aggressor. I'll never speak to you ever again. And she just can't control herself. The police are there and she can't even pretend that she's the victim and do it well like most women would. She just couldn't help herself. I'll never talk to you again. So she's trying to make him out to be the aggressor. And it's all his problem. It's all he's causing the problem. And now she's saying it before the police, saying, I'll never talk to you again. This is how disgusting this woman is. She is despicable.
But yeah, exactly. If I brought his bag back, I took all of my belongings out, I would leave him alone. You don't have to worry about me. I have a flight coming up for myself. Like I said, I'm on the phone right now. I have all of my belongings, but you don't have to worry about me while I'm in the airport with him at all. I just have to get my belongings out.
And the irony about this is that the man is actually standing up for her and saying, nothing happened. No, it's fine. Nothing really happened. So he's lying for her to save her skin. But because she talks so darn much, she just can't play the victim, good enough because she's such an aggressive bully. She just can't be the victim for long enough. She just can't shut up for long enough.
And boarding pass by chance?
Yeah, do you need my ID for what? If you don't mind me asking?
Investigating a possible assault.
Assault?
That's what
Christian.
not right here. Hey. Listen.
Chris, I assaulted you? Okay.
talking to you.
I'm so sorry. I'm just making
It's
sure.
not him that reported it.
Oh,
One
okay.
of the TSA folks reported
Oh, one of the
it.
TSA people, because I can definitely have evidence of him assaulting me if possible.
So now this moron is now switching it to him fully now to say, oh, well, he assaulted me. I didn't do anything to him, but I definitely have evidence of him assaulting me. Do you see how grimy this woman is? This woman hates this man. And this is how they all are. There's no real love anymore, because the love that these people follow in general, the modern day dating, is an emotional love. It's just, it's a love based on a whole series of emotions, how you make me feel, right? But it's not really a love rooted in sacrifice, a love rooted in friendship. It's just how you make me feel. So if you don't make me feel good, then it's a goodbye. Then it means, oh, well, we can't be together anymore. Oh, well, the love is gone. Oh, well, I've grown and I've just, I'm not happy anymore. And I've grown out of it now. And this is like a side thing to this, but this is the way how things are going. She now switches it back to the man fully and says, well, he assaulted me. So now she's making herself into the victim. So now she is officially the victim.
Cameras everywhere.
Okay,
So
but like I said, yes, I do. My name is Shakira Richardson. I do have my ID.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would definitely leave him alone. There's nothing that I want to do with him anymore. Like I said, it was a relationship thing. I need to get my stuff out of his
Are you
bag.
guys on the same flight, or?
We are later on in the day because our flight ended up getting delayed. We supposed to be leaving around this time of day.
Now, I'm not any Sherlock Holmes or Luther, right? That's the British police detective. But it seems like the police are getting the idea, having viewed the video, that she is the aggressor because of the length of abuse and because of the velocity of it. It seems like they're thinking that she's the initiator of it, right? That's my alleged opinion, right?
But the flight got canceled, so the flight doesn't leave until 10 p.m.-ish.
Okay.
So yeah, if you don't mind, can I step over here so I can share my ID?
That's fine.
Awesome, thank you.
So now she's trying to desperately switch it to, I'm going to go back to being a lady again, being polite, because I realize these people with badges are very serious, so I need to be ladylike. I need, awesome. I need to be nice again. I need to be real nice again. These women are grimy. Look at this woman's fingernails. They're claws. How can any serious woman, no, seriously, how can any serious woman wear fingernails the size of those? Those are not proper fingernails. They are claws. They are stuck on. They are inhygienic and non-productive. Any real man that is looking for a wife is not looking for a woman with those fingernails. He's just not. He's looking for a woman that actually is prepared to work. Do the work.
I started growing my nails probably about 23, maybe 24 years now. I just figured that out though.
Not a woman that sits around with the fingernail. Well, I don't want my fingers to be broken. Oh, well, you broke my fingernail, because she has to do something, right? She has to press a button, and she pressed the button and it broke her finger. Oh, you broke my finger. It broke my fingernail. I don't want to do it again. That's how they are. The minimum to zero. They give you minimum to zero and expect the maximum back in return. Most men, if not all men, when we see women with those fingernails, immediately we think Jezebel, idiot, moron, waste of time. We never think of this is a wife for life. No, we don't. We think moron. How do you clean your backside with those fingernails? How do you clean your with those fingernails? Something just ain't right. Just not right. It's definitely not this. This looks like a danger zone alert. Danger zone alert. You must have one toxic, smelly, stinky, a mind that makes no sense.
To kind of document
No,
what's
no,
going
no, please. Please document everything. I have no problem with you documenting anything. And I'm going to do my part so you can do your best, document everything. I would never I would never say it. If I ever talk to him again, tell him to okay? Promise, please promise me. If I ever talk to him again, you punch me in my face. I will never, ever talk to him again. I will never do it to him again. Oh, hi. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right.
Such a classic modern woman. I mean, everything is always the man's fault, right? Oh, I push you around and I beat you up. Oh no, it's not my fault. It's your fault. You were in the way. I would never speak to you again. No, you see what you caused? See what you caused? You caused me to lose my temper. See what you caused? I will never speak to you again. Now, this is what dating has become. Dating is looking for emotional experiences. It's looking for emotional experiences and having temporary sexual relationships or looking for temporary sexual relationships. That's what dating is. That's what all this, well, I fell in love, I'm looking for love. No, you're not really looking for love. You're looking for an experience. That's what you're looking for, an emotional experience. You're not really looking for love. And it shows because the way the way women and men treat each other these days, it shows that there's not real love there. There's no real understanding of what love is. Love is when Christ sacrificed himself on the cross. He died for us. He came and he died for us. That's sacrifice. It's the same sacrifice that we're supposed to do for each other. Obviously, if you're the husband, you're supposed to sacrifice your life for your wife. And in returns, what is she supposed to do? Is she supposed to be sitting in front of the TV all day and all night, binge watching Netflix? Or is she supposed to be doing things around the house to help her husband? Because at the end of the day, the woman is the help meet. She's not supposed to be the big fat slob that just sits in front of the TV, and when her husband goes, where's my shirt? What are we gonna do for dinner? And then she goes, well, I don't know. You're not my father. You don't tell me what to do. Look, we both work. What's your problem? You see, and then she goes off going, oh, you're just controlling. He's just controlling. This is what love is in 2025. It's a love that goes nowhere. Black love doesn't exist, by the way. Especially in Britain. Britain and America, there's no such thing as black love. Black couples are an enigma in Britain, right? We don't have black couples in Britain because black women in Britain do not behave like wives. They don't behave like wives. So therefore, we have a decline here in the West in general and spreading throughout the world.
I'm done.
Okay.
But I had to put down. I'm so sorry. You're grabbing me right now.
Yep, you're under arrest.
I'm under arrest right now.
ma'am.
What am I
Yes,
under?
ma'am.
What am I under arrest for? Christian, are you serious right now? Okay.
arrest for assault 14.
I didn't assault him though.
We have video cameras.
I literally was we were having an argument. I'm not resisting, so you don't have to do it harder. Christian, are you serious right now?
So in
Christian.
Washington State, he doesn't get a say.
But I understand. We were arguing. But I understand entirely.
Within 4 hours,
We were arguing.
an arrest will be made.
Okay, I'm not gonna resist, but I'm telling you that we was arguing. I didn't assault him. I didn't do anything wrong. But the fact that your guys are doing this to me, and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply.
Boom, and she just said exactly how these women think.
I'm not gonna resist, but I'm telling you that we was arguing. I didn't assault him. I didn't do anything wrong. But the fact that your guys are doing this to me, and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply.
She says, oh, we were arguing. Oh, so that gives you the right to hit him, to shove him, and to emasculate him in public? Does that give you the right to do that if you're arguing? Really? And then she says the classic, oh, but he's the man. And how comes you're arresting me and he's the man? So now it's all the victim's fault. So the victim gets all the abuse shoved at him, and then he should be locked up too. Or at least he's the man. So if I beat him up and, push him down and humiliate him and emasculate him in public, that's fine. Because he's a man. He can take it. That means I can keep bullying him and then blaming him in public. This is how these women think. And it's got to stop. Right? This is how godless and how deeply nasty these people call men narcissists. Oh, he's a narcissist. Oh, he's arrogant. Oh, he's just selfish. He's just such a narcissist. He's so abusive, right? Because you ask her to do something. He's abusive and he's a narcissist. So they like men that don't ask them to do anything, right? And they like abusing men. And they can abuse men as much as they want and no accountability. And this is what this woman is going through. She's like, you mean I can't abuse this guy in public, shove him around in front of everyone and make him feel bad? I can't do that? Come on, I'm a woman. I'm supposed to get away with it. Come on, I'm a woman. He's a man. Lock him up.
I am. I'm not going to argue with you at all. But you have me on camera, but at the same time, what he has on camera, I have my phone, shows something different. So if I need to show that, I will.
We have you on camera all around here.
Okay, but I have my phone that shows something different. But Christian, thank you, Christian.
Don't talk to him right now.
Okay, I won't. Thank you so much, officer. They are arresting me right now, Christian. Sissy, they're arresting me right now. Am I gonna go actually to jail right now?
You are actually gonna go to jail.
Wait, but right now,
yes, it's a physical.
I didn't. Can he tell you that I didn't do nothing to him?
We have it on camera.
Christian, are you serious right now?
Alright.
Christian, I'm about to go to jail because of you right now.
She had the audacity to say, I'm going to jail because of you right now. You're the one that decided to be aggressive in the airport. And you didn't stop. The man was walking away from you. You never stopped. You kept going on and on and on and on. You didn't have an off button. Right? And you think you can go around pushing people. And suppose the man got really angry and started pushing you. What would happen to him? He'd be in cuffs immediately. Right? But you think that you can get away with it. And then you badger him. You badger the victim. Oh, Christian, seriously? So you want to humiliate him even more. You want to push him even more, abuse him even more. It's a good thing these police officers are there. They're actually really good at their job.
You know what? Okay. Okay. I will never fuck with you again. Ever.
You gotta go this way.
Okay. Can we please hold these, protect show these or something? This is completely unacceptable. We are in a relationship. We had an argument. Are you in a relationship? We had an argument, and that's how y'all gonna treat me. He's not even out here. Can y'all talk to him?
She's seriously shocked that there are consequences for actions. You can't be aggressive with people like that, whether it be in private or public, and there not be consequences. As adults, nobody should be touching each other. A man shouldn't be hitting a woman, and a woman should not be hitting a man. It's as simple as that. And the fact that this woman is so shocked, it's quite interesting, I think. But anyhow, let's hear what she has to say about it afterwards.
Hey y'all, it's Shakari, and more than anything, definitely a lot of self-reflection, a lot of understanding of not only putting myself in a compromised situation, but somebody that I have a deep care and appreciation for as well is something that holding myself accountable. I see myself, I'm taking this time to not only see myself, but get myself a certain level of help that overall is going to reflect who I truly am in my heart and my spirit, and not allowing this moment, but accepting this moment to be more.
Now, this woman has the audacity to say she cares about her boyfriend, right? I hate that term, boyfriend. There's no such thing as boyfriend in the Bible. There's husband and wife, right? So she's saying that she really cares about her boyfriend. Now, I don't think she cares about him at all. She threw him under the train, right? And she couldn't wait to throw him under the train when her back was against the wall, right? So that's not real love. That is just, I don't know what that is, but that's not real love. That's not what a wife does to a husband, right? Now, also, I think this apology is because she's got sponsorships, she's got an image to keep up, and this thing is all over the media, all over the internet, and we get to see who she really is, right? Lying and being the aggressor, and then lying, and then putting all the blame on the victim. You know, that's not a very nice person. So this is really like, oh, I'm a really nice person, really. I'm promised to get some help, but I'm a really nice girl, really. I'm a sweet girl. Look at me. I look so pretty. Look at me with all my makeup and all that. Look at me. I'm so pretty. I'm honestly a nice person.
So my only thing is I want to be more, not even just for myself, for my family, for my fans, and overly appreciate y'all supporting me and showing up and even holding me accountable to being my best self. So more than anything, I refuse to run away. But not refuse to run, but I refuse to run away, but face everything that comes to me head on, because everything on the other side is greater, but you got to go through in order to get there. So I'm Shakari, y'all. I appreciate y'all, and one love, much love, and y'all be blessed.
Now, this is about sponsorships, and it's about the image, which has been severely weakened, severely rubbish on the internet and in media in general. She's known as being the villain now because she goes around hitting men and lying, and then accusing the victim of allegedly hitting her also, right? Which is pretty disgusting, pretty grimy, actually, very grimy. So this is like an image kind of. This is like an image boost to kind of cover all the trash that's been going on, trashing of the image, right? Now, what I have to say is about men. First of all, you got to choose your women very, very carefully, right? You got to learn to keep these women at arm's length, at least for a year or so. You got to prove the Bible talks about proving a friend. You got to prove a friend, and that takes time. Don't meet someone and just jump in the sack and say, we're in love. No, that's not love. That's lust, right? That is an attraction. That is lust. That is your lust speaking. You don't want to act on your lust, because when you act on your lust, you get yourself in these stupid relationships because you haven't proved that person. And secondly, you need to be godly, be righteous, right? You need to find out what love is in the Bible and actually live up to it. Find out how all of it works and live your life that way. So then now you're kind of positioning yourself so that the Lord can bless you, whether you're a man or a woman. You're positioning yourself for the Lord to say, okay, I see what you've been doing and you've been impressing me. Now I'm going to give you one of my sons. Now I'm going to give you one of my daughters. So that's something to think about, right? Now, as brothers, you got to keep these women at arm's length, and you got to at least take a year to get to know these women before you actually get in any kind of relationship with these women, any kind of sexual relationship with these women. Sex is reserved for married couples and married couples only, right? And if you get involved in an emotional sexual relationship, then it complicates everything, right? Everything becomes a bit more tangled, a bit more complicated. It's harder for you to leave because you have soul ties. Now, I didn't really want to make this a long video because I've done loads of videos on this in the past, right? But let me just leave you with this scripture. So let's go to Proverbs 21 and we're going to read 19. So it's Proverbs 21:19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and an angry woman. Let's read it again. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and an angry woman. So what is the Lord saying? You can't live with a woman that is contentious. Contentious means she's always angry, always causing strife, always arguing about something. When I'm getting happy, always nagging you, always telling you off. All of that is disrespectful, because a woman is supposed to be, she's supposed to be kind, supportive, sweet. She's supposed to be your soft place to land, your pillow of rest. Literally your pillow, right? A soft place to land. When you go out and you try to save the world and you lift in heavy machinery, you have to deal with horrible bosses and you have to deal with all sorts of things just to make money, to survive. When you come home to a soft, sweet, loving voice and in the sweet, loving arms of a lovely woman, a feminine, quiet, soft woman. Right? Let me read it again. It is better to dwell in the wilderness. It means out in the jungle, in the world, in the jungle where you can be harmed and beaten, than with an angry, good for nothing, ungrateful black woman and an angry woman, right? So it's better to kind of be in the wild than be in home with your soft place to land, because your soft place to land is contentious. She's angry. She's a pain in the backside. You never know what she's going to do. Her mood changes like the weather, right? Especially British weather. It just changes sometimes drastically, right? So it's best to kind of to live in the wilderness than be in a house with a angry, good for nothing woman, right? And if you know the scriptures, right, the Lord really is talking about the daughters of Zion. He's talking about women in general, but his main audience is the children of Israel. So he's talking about the black woman. So when he talks about woman, he really is referencing the black woman. Now, all women really, but mainly the black woman, right? Now, I'm not one for splitting up families and splitting up relationships, because like I've said before, they might see it, or the world sees it as being a boyfriend and girlfriend. It's not that serious. Well, not yet. But in the eyes of God, this is a marriage. This is a husband and his wife. If you're having sex and you're acting like a married couple, you are married, right? Because sex and all sorts of physical and sexual affection is reserved for married couples only, right? So I'm not one for splitting people up, but when something is not working, you as a man, you have to think to yourself, maybe if I give it another 6 months and then I'll see how it goes, and then I switch up the way how I deal with her, and then maybe we can do some counseling and see how far it gets me. Now, I normally say when a relationship is hitting the skids, when your woman is not doing what she's supposed to do, right? Then you need to put her in a 6 months to a 1 year program. And during that time, you have to change the way you deal with her. Now, at this time, it's probably the best time to seek some good biblical counsel from elders and see what you can do to ratify your relationship or your marriage. You also need to make sure that your stance with God is righteous. So that means that you have to take an inventory as a man and think, hang on, am I living a righteous lifestyle? How am I positioning myself for the Lord to bless me? So you need to think about those things yourself as the man. The Bible says the head of the man is Christ and the head of the woman is the man. So as the head of the woman, you need to make sure that your leadership is very much centered in Christ, who is your head. Now, on the 6 months to 1 year program, at the end of 3 months, you make a decision. You go, hang on, is anything changing after 3 months? And then after 6 months, you go, is anything really changing? After 9 months, is anything really changing? After a year, you make the definitive decision. Now, many times, if a relationship is rocky, it's not working, or the woman is a feminist, she's masculine, normally she'll just leave. And which means in most relationships, most marriages, women leave. So you never really as a man have to come to that conclusion because she leaves, right? Women always leave. Now, I'm not in a business of breaking up couples. I'm not in that business. That is a decision that you as a man need to make if that decision is left on your lap. Brothers and sisters, I hope you're edified. Shalom.